Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Jolly Jillys Crafts. Please remember to like and subscribe. Today we are doing pumpkin DIY crafts. We're going to take this pumpkin and we are going to make one extra because I'm extra and one more of a low-key pumpkin. So let's get started. What you're going to need is two of these pumpkins. One I already painted white because I needed it to be white. These little sticks here, they're awesome. They are the wood stems from Dollar Tree. I got super excited when I purchased them. So exciting. Then this used to be a sweater. And so I cut it into about a 16 by 16 square, just enough to cover the pumpkin. It came from this sweater here that some lovely young lady donated to me. And now it's a cape for a superhero. So that's always fun. And then for the pumpkin, which I'm really super excited about, the golden pumpkin, because I am always extra. If anyone knows me, I'm just a little extra. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, so the first thing we needed to do, in my case, when I was making the pumpkin that was made from the sweater, I needed to paint this orange pumpkin white. So I went ahead and did that off screen, and then I'm going to remove this little green stem because I'm not going to use it. So I think I'm going to do the white pumpkin first. So whoop, take that off. They come out very easily. They're just like a toothpick. Okay, so let's get started. And you're going to need your glue gun, and you're going to need some type of a knife for the inside here because you're going to, oops, sorry about that. Pumpkins roll. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to cut out the inside of the pumpkin there. There we go, just cut it out, a little circle. And then you're going to, just as if it were a real pumpkin. There we go. And it's made of styrofoam, so it's very easy to cut. And the reason we're cutting this is because we're going to fill the inside. We're going to use the sweater, and we're going to wrap it around the pumpkin. So I just pushed it in. There we go. Doesn't matter. I just pushed it in. So you can push it in or you can pull it out, but it was easier for me to push it in. You might want to pull it out though because it'll rattle on the inside of your pumpkin. So I'm just going to pull it out now. There we go. So the inside is hollow. Very good for our purposes. Remember to close your knife when you're done. In case you have kids running around, they could cut themselves. It's very dangerous. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the sweater. The bad side goes on the bottom. I mean, the good side goes on the bottom because you want it to be nice. And we're just going to start feeding the sweater inside of the pumpkin, like so. So you just go around and you feed it in. And you glue it a little bit at a time. But just for the sake of the video, I'm just going to feed it in and show you guys what it looks like when you feed it inside. So then you have the pumpkin that looks like this. Okay? Doesn't look like a great pumpkin so far. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and pull these tighter. And then we're going to glue them in place because then you have a nice little fold. And this material is more forgiving because it's made of a sweater. So you can pull it, you can tug it, and then you just have to kind of glue it in place. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start gluing it in place because, there we go. Luckily I already heated up my glue gun, so it's ready to be glued in place. So we're just going to do a little gluing here and press. And this here, I'm just going to use it to press down the glue. It's just from it's a stem, a floral stem. So I just used it on another project and I only used the leaves and the flowers, but I kept this because it's a really good tool to glue with so you don't burn your fingers. And it holds it down nicely. There we go. Perfect. And then you still have the hole on the inside to put the stem in. My son is coming. Daniel, can you please go sit down, honey? Daniel, I'm doing the video. You have to sit down, please, sweetheart. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for your help, though. Okay, and so I'm just kind of gluing it in the middle. As you can see, gluing and pushing down, just to keep it in there so it wraps around nicely, okay? And then you can just kind of just stick it in. And what we're going to use for our stem, which is really super fun, is those wood pieces, okay? So here it is. And the nice thing about using a sweater is it's very, very forgiving. So even if you make a mistake, you just pull it right back up and keep sticking it in the middle. And you just have to use glue. Some people like to use pins or needles or whatever, but I think I'm preferring the glue here, just because you're less likely to hurt yourself, right? No one really wants to hurt themselves and pin themselves and all that kind of stuff, which is again why I'm using this little handy dandy tool. And so what I'm going to do is I'll just stick that in, and we're almost done with this guy. So let's see, I'm just going to grab my little piece of wood, maybe glue a little bit more just to make sure it's secure. It's looking okay so far. Okay, and just kind of pull it up a little bit more, stick it in. All right, so this is how our pumpkin is looking so far. I want to fix it a little bit more, so I'm just gonna fuss with it off screen. I'm gonna put you on hold for a minute, and then I will be right back. Guys, so now it's all glued in. The center kind of looks like this. You can see that there's a little hole in it. That's where we're gonna put our leaves and our stem. This one is a bit chubbier. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're going to put some ribbon on it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and glue the back of it. I'm gonna glue the leaf in, and then I'm gonna put the stem in also. So just kind of stick it in there and stick it in there too. Okay, so I want the leaves to be kind of up on an angle, and then I'm just gonna glue the base of the, so then, you know, now I do use Gorilla Glue because it's good. So you're just kind of sticking it in. See, so just sticking it in that hole there. And you just want the stem to be out a little bit. And the leaves, I like how the leaves are up a little bit. That makes me happy. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take this ribbon here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bow. So I'm just gonna turn this away from you, and I'm just gonna do a regular bow. Nothing fancy. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tie the bow, just a regular shoelace bow. You know, nothing fancy. Because this one is the more low-key of the two. So here we go. Tie my bow. And there we go. The bow might be a little too big, actually. I'm gonna make it a little delicater, more delicate. And then just cut off the strings at the end. Okay. So, I mean, you can make a bow with raffia. You can make a bow with, here we go. I'm just gonna cut it on an angle right here. And on the other end too. Do another angle. Oops, I did it the wrong way. There we go. Cut that one on an angle too. There we go. Okay, so this is what we have here. Okay, so this is our pumpkin. That's the first one. So I'm gonna get all set up for making the second pumpkin. So I'm just gonna put this to the side and I'll come back. Okay guys, now we're gonna move on to the second pumpkin. So again, we take out the stem, very easily done. And boop, we're gonna do this again. So just cut it like a regular opening. So just kind of, it's a little bit difficult because it is styrofoam. It makes a funny noise. I'm gonna make the blade longer. Actually, it makes a funny noise. Don't worry about that noise. Again, boop, boop, and boop. And this time I'm gonna try and pop it out in the middle. Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna have to push it in again. Okay, there we go. And pull it back out. And there's another little piece in there. So boo, 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 boo. Boo on me. Let's see. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The styrofoam was not a happy camper. Again, close your blade. Put it to the side. Now this is very cool. This is golden. This is my extra pumpkin. If you'll see the fabric that I chose, this was actually supposed to be my son's Halloween costume, but he decided not to be the golden ninja, so we are all reaping the awards. Okay, so I'm first going to just glue a little bit along the inside because this is a bit more of a slippery fabric. So I'm just going to glue a little bit on the inside, and I'll take my my guy here and just kind of glue it in because I don't want to burn myself. So I'm just gluing it kind of a little bit on the inside at first, okay? Then we're gonna take more fabric and just keep pushing it inside of the pumpkin like we did for the other one. It's not difficult, it's not time consuming, it's super fun, super easy. You can change up these pumpkins and make them completely your own. Me, I just wanted to do a golden pumpkin. I thought that would be so cool. So here we go. So we're almost done. It's just, you just have to keep pushing the fabric in and working away with it. And then it just works out nicely. Just kind of shift it around and move it however you like it. I chose, for this one, I'm going to do, oh, I need some more glue. Yeah, put some glue in there. I chose to do a golden stem and a leaf with a little bit of gold, just to be really, really extra for this pumpkin, because I thought that would be super fun. Get house, because that's my nature. Ooh, wow, that was a hot glue gun burn. Okay, keep pushing, and keep pushing. There we go. If you haven't burned yourself a million times, you're not a crafter, in my opinion. But that's fine. It's all worth it in the end because everything comes out so cool. So this one I'm just trying to get more tightly in there because I want it to be a closer silhouette to the original pumpkin. Whereas the sweater one, I wanted it to be a little looser. So there we go. I'm just gonna put a little bit more glue right here and right here. And this time I'm gonna use my thing more properly so I don't burn myself. There we go. Just waiting for that glue to set up in there. Pushing it down. Good job. Okay. Now, in advance, I went ahead and I made the golden stem. So here what I did is I just put some regular Mod Podge, and then I put glitter, and then I did this sparkly, not the sparkly, the gloss Mod Podge. And this I bought from Dollar Tree as well. They sell it in this little small format, and it's $1.25. So now for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to insert that to the level I want it at. And then I have this green leaf. So I have this really lovely green leaf here that I just dry brushed a little gold, and also I put some sparkles on it. So let's see here. So what you can do is you just stick it in and see where you want the placement of it, right? So I have my beautiful golden stem. This is so light and so easily. So I have my beautiful golden stem, and then I have my my leaf. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue it down right in there because that's where I want it. Now remember, these glue guns are hot, okay? So when you're using it, just be cognizant of the fact that you may burn yourself, okay? So that's why I'm kind of using this little guy here. It didn't help me earlier, but what are you going to do? It's fine. C'est la vie, right? Okay, so I'm just going to stick that in there and get it to stay where I want. Okay, I'm going to use a little bit more glue on the fabric as well. Refill the glue gun. Oh wow, that's looking pretty cool. This is my extra pumpkin here. And now I even have some golden ribbon that I'm going to use to make a little bow on there. Okay. Now remember, crafting is fun. You can do what you want. You can have a vision and pull it through, and just, it's really, really fun. So if you're not having fun, you're not doing it right, okay guys? Now this one's almost done. The glue's setting up exactly where I wanted it. Now I want this to be a little bit deeper in, so I'm just gonna push the leaf down a bit more, okay? Now I do use Gorilla Glue, and it does take a little bit longer for the glue to set up when you use Gorilla Glue, so you're just gonna have to have a little more patience if you're using Gorilla Glue. Now I do have some of this really pretty gold ribbon here, and I think it needs a bow. I think it needs a bow. I know it's a bit extra, but this is a startlingly gold pumpkin. So let's do it. Go big or go home, my friends. Go big or go home. And I think I'm just gonna actually maybe tie it in a knot rather than a bow. So let's see here, just for fun. Okay, and squish it down, do it nice and tight. I want it on this side, on the opposite side of the leaf. So because this is wired ribbon, because it's wired ribbon, you can really kind of make it your own and do what you want with it. It will bend, it will pose, whatever you like. So I think I'm gonna do, you know how you do the dovetails? I think that's what I want to do here. So here's a dovetail. Ooh, 1, 2, and yeah, I think I'll do it that length. That's a really good length. So I'm doing it backwards. There we go. So when you're doing a dovetail, you need to put the sides to each other, the wrong sides, and then you just cut it on an angle, and that is called a dovetail. So here we go. This is my extra pumpkin because I'm extra. That's just how I roll, friends. So this actually is very, very cute. I really like it a lot. So I'm going to show you the 2 pumpkins that I did. I'm going to put them side by side, and you can decide which one you like, which one you don't like. I'm partial to the gold one because I'm extra. That's how I am. So there are the 2 pumpkins, and you can do any type of fabric. If you have a sweater at home like we did for this one, go for it. If you have extra fabric at home, anything you want, do that one. So thanks for staying with me and joining me in this adventure today. I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching my video. Remember to like and subscribe and click that notification bell. I do upload every Tuesdays, and if you click the notification bell, you'll get a little ding when I upload. So thanks for sharing, and have a great day.